Hey, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm being silly today. All right, so in this video, I thought I would talk about intelligence, and okay, I've been thinking about intelligence, not like every day, but like a fair bit lately, trying to pinpoint what exactly it is, trying to come up with a satisfactory definition or a definition I'm happy with. And I think that well, I was at this pizza place. Oh, hey, Belle. How you doing? Kitty appeared out of nowhere. You can't see her, but well, hi there, little stinker. Look at that kitty. She's so cute. That's the cutest little kitty I've ever seen. We smell my finger. Yeah, I was eating chicken wings. Anyway, I was at this pizza place that sells subs and wings and stuff too. So I got some boneless chicken wings, 10 wings with teriyaki. Oh man, that was good. It was good. It was really good. And some ranch too, and a little bit of celery, which I used to hate, but actually I like it now. Anyway, sorry, ADHD. Um, so anyway, and I brought these receipts and a pen to write with, and I came up with I think a good definition for intelligence. Now, I also wrote a bit. I mean, like just a little bit about dreams. Anyway, I'll talk about that a bit too, I suppose. So, what is intelligence? Everything. Well, kind of. But right. So the definition I came up with, I'm just going to read it right here. I'll show this real quick. The definition I came up with is intelligence is the thing that tells you whether or not more of your attention needs to be devoted to something. So I guess maybe I should slightly revise that as the spirit that tells you. I don't know if that's right. Because I do think I think everything has a spiritual component. So maybe that's more accurate. The spirit that tells you whether or not more of your attention needs to be devoted to something. So essentially, I've talked in previous videos about sheer perception and categorical perception, and I guess I'll go ahead and bring up the little whoops. Oh yeah, I'll reference this in a moment, but I meant to click on this. The little diagram. So it's, what is it? Arrow, diagram. Whoop. Can't type because this cord's in the way. Okay. I'll just show this and you can tell me what you think about it in the comments or whatever. Oh yeah, I've got other stuff pulled up too. Anyway, so here it is. So basically, this is kind of how I visualize, or I guess it's a way to try to understand intelligence. I don't know. So on the left, as you can see, we've got sheer perception. On the right, we've got categorical perception. And then, at the top, we've got knowing which one is the best approach based on what is being observed. That's basically intelligence, as far as I can tell. Now, it's because, why is it that smart people, which the definition of smart, if you Google it, is like a quick-witted intelligence, essentially. Why is it that smart people or intelligent people know more things? Think about that. Or generally, I guess. I mean, if you don't use your intelligence, then yeah, you could still be uneducated but highly intelligent, obviously. I mean, even Albert Einstein at one point was, very ignorant, uneducated. I mean, everyone's ignorant, even, but I'm talking about compared to other people. He was very ignorant and didn't know hardly anything about science. But when he was like, well, I don't know what age he started studying, or when he was young enough though. At some, because that's just how it works. I mean, learning takes time. But it's like, why do smart people generally, I guess if they're using their intelligence, why do they know more things than other people? Well, my argument is essentially because their brain, I guess you'd say their brain is better at knowing essentially whether or not they need to devote more attention to something. I mean, that's the thing. Like with sheer perception, here's the thing about sheer perception. When your brain's in sheer perception mode, sorry, bring us down a bit, all of your attention is devoted to the thing you're observing. You're completely taking it in. Now, so keeping that in mind, you're completely taking it in. Now, you're not necessarily fully comprehending it. You're not, because you would lose your mind. And that's why I think psychosis has a lot to do with the brain being, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, the brain being stuck in sheer perception mode. Hold on, Kitty, I need to move you a little bit. Because I know you're comfortable, but I need to put you right there. There you go, Kitty. You want to get down? You can get down if you want, Kitty. I'm not going to stop you. No? Okay. Keep petting you. But, oh, there she goes. Anyway, but, yeah, I think psychosis is essentially when the brain is, like, chronically stuck in sheer perception mode. Or at least sheer perception mode has a lot to do with psychosis. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. Am I in frame? Well, yeah, it's a bit. I should bring this down a bit. There we go. Better. All right. Oh, crap. Sorry. I forgot to make it smaller. Dadgum. Here's the diagram I was showing before. This right here. Okay. Sorry. I did it again. Dang it. Got to get better about that. But so we got intelligence down here, and then here we go. Now you can see it. Sheer perception mode, categorical perception mode. Now, oh crap! I just realized. It might make more sense to put categorical perception mode here and sheer perception mode here because, well, the left brain is typically analytical. Well, and the right brain is creative. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Yeah, crap. Well, I'll fix that and whatever. I just realized that. Because think about like what artists do who are creative people. They remind you what something is. You know, so Jordan Peterson talked about this one time in a recent video I watched of him. He was like, an artist paints a painting of a rose, and you think, yes, that's right. That's what a rose looks like. You know, because you forget. Like you go about your day, you see a rose, you're like, yeah, it's a rose. But you categorize it immediately. And you just kind of go about your day. But when you see like a piece of art, for example, if it's a painting of a rose, you remember, you're like, oh, that's what it looks like in all its detail and yeah, basically in all its detail and color, you know. And so artists essentially remind us, well, at least one of the things I do is remind us of what the world is, you know. Because again, that brain has to learn how to categorize. We have to categorize things. Otherwise, it's just too much information, you know, and we lose our minds. Yeah, right. Again, that quote, if we all saw reality as it truly were, we would go insane. Or if we saw reality as it truly were, we would all go insane. It's something like that. Or we would all lose our minds. I think it's go insane. I can't remember. I know I saw that on a YouTube thumbnail. I swear, I know I did. Like, if someone could find that video, let me know in the comments. Because I saw that. I think it was by... Hold on. This guy's interested in, I think, math and stuff. Oh my goodness. Someone messaged me about my claw machine. They're saying they can pick it up Friday. Wait, crap. I know I don't work Friday. Oh, dude, amazing, because I need some money right now. Well, look at what the Lord does. I mean, we'll see if it actually happens, but probably. I mean, shoot. Oh, gosh. I think his name's Kurt something. He's like an Indian guy. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm good. Never mind. It's okay. I'm good. Loading indefinitely. This crappy internet, man. You know, let me go to my freaking... Come on, YouTube. There we go. Okay, so I think if I scroll down, I can find... Man, these stupid freaking ads. Come on, YouTube. What is this crap? I'm not going to show you what this is, but it's chat with an AI friend. What the crap? I mean, it's not the worst ad I've seen. Like the most explicit or whatever, but seriously? That is so stupid. What idiot would install that? Well, people who are desperate, I guess, and lonely. Which I know... Oh, my gosh. Matt Walsh. Sorry, I'm getting off topic again. I know I'm no stranger to loneliness, but come on. Like, gotta grow up and get out in the world. And that's coming from someone who's extremely introverted. So anyway. Matt Walsh, stop celebrating your divorce. It's gross. I gotta watch that. But anyway, where is the... Oh, I haven't seen that clip. Warren Smith, interesting. I like watching his videos sometimes. Yes, Kurt. Yeah, his name was Kurt. Kurt Jamangal. I guess I need to go through his channel, but he has so many videos. I guess I need to go through his channel and try to find it. Because I swear it's this guy. Which, maybe I should watch that video. Hold on. How well can you see that? Oh, hold on. I can go like this. Kurt Jamangal. I swear it was one of his videos. In the thumbnail, it said, if we all saw reality as it truly were, we would go insane, or something to that effect. So anyway, all right, I'll watch these videos later. Just, yeah, I'm getting distracted again. Back to intelligence. So I think I've figured out a way to drastically improve intelligence, general intelligence. Now, I'm not going to tell you how, because if I'm right, which I'm probably not, but if I am, then, well, it would be huge. Let's just say that. Probably one of the biggest discoveries in human history. Let's just put it that way, because, we're talking about increasing general cognitive ability. I have a number of reasons to think that I'm at least mostly right about my theory, you could say. But I understand I very well could be wrong, at least in a couple different ways. And well, see, that's why I really need to run an experiment. But I need more money so I can pay people, so I can get people to participate, because otherwise, how do I get people to be interested enough to sign up for the experiment? Anyway, sorry. Talking too fast now. I'm not about to have another hypomanic episode. No. But I got to blow my nose. But anyway, so... yeah, but what was I about to say? But yeah, so now, as far as intelligence, let's go to the definition that, sorry. Let's go back to the definition that was on Google, right, which I showed real quick earlier. So, intelligence is the mental capacity to acquire and apply knowledge, reason, solve problems, and adapt to new situations. Stems from the Latin word intellihere, to understand, and encompasses both the ability to learn from experience and the efficiency with which one processes new information. Okay, highly multifaceted. All right, and then if you go here, so that's the AI thing, AI overview. But if you go here, the dictionary definitions from Oxford Languages. Anyway, it says the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills, and then there's also that definition, which is that's a definition that is used, but less commonly. Mostly, if you're like in the military or talking about military or whatever, if you're talking to Chase Hughes, for example, he came up with the term, or the acronym, or not an acronym, but, well, it's HUMINT, which is human intelligence. Anyway. But actually, it's that second definition. Like human, there's military intelligence, but there's also, like, if you profile somebody, you have, like, intelligence, if that makes sense, about that person. So human intelligence, Anyway, and I've talked about this definition before, a long time ago. Gosh, couldn't have been a year ago, maybe 10 months ago, 9 months ago, maybe, when I made a video about, I think I just called it "What is Intelligence?" And I said I liked this definition, and I do, but what I would say is, like, going back to my definition, I guess, is that like someone who has high intelligence is better at acquiring and applying knowledge and skills, because essentially, like, they have more of that thing that tells them whenever they're observing something whether or not more of their attention needs to be devoted to what they're observing. Or I guess you could say, what's another way of thinking about it? Like, that spirit within them, everyone has it, even if you're, like, technically retarded, like mentally retarded. You still, you still have at least a bit of that. But what is it? Hold on, I just remembered, because if you look at what is it, the channel Watch Data or whatever, that does, like, comparison, like, every level of intelligence. So that was one of them, and it said, like, 0 IQ, and it was like, you die, because it's like you just can't survive with, like, no intelligence. So then I guess you would say, yeah, it's, what would you say? The spirit is, I would say, that spirit, or that thing that basically tells you, like, oh no, you need to look at this more closely because you don't understand it. I would say it's stronger in some people, and people who are highly intelligent, smart people. It's stronger in them. Everyone has it, but it's stronger in other people. Or maybe you would say it's more active. Maybe that's another way of thinking about it. That spirit is more active in some people compared to others. And for example, me, like, I'm a ridiculously intelligent person. No. No. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to. I'm trying to get better at making jokes. I don't know. I gotta get better at making jokes and using humor. Oh, that reminds me. I had an idea for a video. That was a. Oh my gosh, yes, I need to do that. I need to do that. Um, yeah. At some point, well, no, technically I gotta wait a little bit. Just well, I can't tell you why, but it's gonna be a funny video. I think probably a YouTube short, but probably like I don't know, a minute and a half. I think it'll be really funny. I just had this idea earlier today. I was like, that would be funny. Like it's inspired by someone who made a. Well, okay, I won't go into detail, but it's inspired by someone else who made a YouTube short. Anyway, Ben Shapiro reacted to it. I'll give you that clue. Maybe if you can deduce what it might be based off of that, and based on all the information available in this video. You probably could deduce it actually if you're clever, if you're intelligent. Get it? Anyway, and if you really cared, if you're intelligent, or if you really really care about it. But no, it's gonna be a good video. I think. Not sure when it'll be uploaded, but I definitely want to make that video. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. I think people will really find it funny. Anyway, so again, and also, so I would say also I think my definition makes more sense because of the fact. I mean, think about it. It comes from the Latin word to understand. So think about it. Like if intelligence is like the spirit that, again, that tells you whether or not more of your attention needs to be dedicated or devoted. I guess dedicated, maybe is a better word. Dedicated to something. Then, well, it does that so that you can understand it. And that spirit, you could say, that spirit knows you don't understand this thing. And so it tells you essentially in the form of instinct, I guess you could say, or perhaps you could say intuition, something like that, that, it tells you, go back, like look at it again or listen more carefully or, whichever sense you use. Yeah, and so like think about it some more, and so I don't know. I just think that makes a lot of sense. Let me know what you think of if what I'm saying makes sense, because I feel like it does. But I'm no genius. No, I mean, there's no such thing as a genius. Someone can be capable of doing genius things, but they can't be a genius. Like Mozart. Someone said that the other day when I was at this coffee shop thing at this church. They were like, Mozart was a genius because someone was playing music and I think they started to play a bit of Mozart and they were like, yeah, this woman, she was like, Mozart was a genius. And I thought, well, no, he was capable of doing genius things. Like you could say when it came to piano and music, he was a genius. You could say that. But just saying he was a genius, no, that's not accurate. It's like he was capable of doing genius things. And he did with his music, But that's different than him being a genius. Because it's not like it's not like he's a genius in every single domain. Like no one is that way. Even like Tesla or Einstein they're not like a genius in every field. So that's why it's like no one really is a genius. Like I guess you could be, but like how are you going to prove it? So that's why I would actually say God is the only one who's a genius. Because he can do anything. So I would say God is a genius, but he's the only one. Jesus, like I guess if you're gonna go talk about humans, okay, Jesus is the only human who was and is a genius. But he is also God and was also God. So anyway, but yeah, it's like, yeah. Anyway, should I start making beatboxing like routines with this mic? Maybe it's a good mic. I like it. Excuse me. All right. I'm sorry. I love beatboxing, man. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it, guys. I found out what intelligence is just like literally like an hour ago, probably. Yeah. No, I mean, let me know what you think of this definition. I feel like it makes sense for all the reasons I laid out. Because it is really about trying to understand something. It's like that's why intelligence exists, so that we can understand things. So because why? Well, because knowledge is everything. It's kind of like Mr. Beast talked about it. He was like, when it comes to YouTube and being successful on YouTube, it is simply knowledge. Like, it's simply knowledge, It really is. Like, if you understand how it works, how YouTube works, and how content creation works, like, at a very deep level, then, what he was saying is, like, I could start a YouTube channel today and in 6 months have 20 million subscribers. It's like Mr. Beast, he just could because he knows so much about it. He's dedicated so much of his life to understanding it. Because he understands it, he can be successful, And so, and he is, ridiculously successful, as everybody knows. But, yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's my definition of intelligence, basically. I'll revise this a bit. The spirit that tells you whether or not more of your attention needs to be devoted to something. Yeah. Or dedicated. Devoted, I think, actually makes more sense. Anyway, still trying to get better with words. But, yeah, so, all right, I'm going to end this video now before it ends up being 60,000 hours long. Look at that. Yeah, I'm on my third lecture here. Going to resume that hopefully today. I'll probably watch the rest of it today. And, yeah, let me know what you think of this diagram and this video. Thanks for watching, and God bless. I will see you in the next. I'm trying to talk like, what's his name? Hey, Sonny boys. Gopher from Winnie the Pooh. I see you got a little bit of a problem there, Sonny. I'll say. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. All right, God bless. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye. But do peace. All of that crap. Have an amazing day. Bye.